Tata Motors, it's a blowout as far as the quarterly performance is concerned. 7,025 crores is the quarterly profit, and an upping of guidance and upping of the general corporate murmur that is within the organization. As also, Tata Motors is now most valuable auto company. It overtook Maruti in terms of market capitalization last week. How are you seeing this earnings, and what would you advise existing investors? Should they stay put or book some profit?
Well, in terms of numbers, yes, it was a very good set of numbers. I think most of the models were predicting around 50 rupees kind of earnings for this year. I think after these numbers, most of the models would predict around 55, 60 rupees for this year. So that's a 20% jump. But if you consider 60 rupees and you consider maybe 70 rupees kind of earnings next year, 10, 15 rupees addition, and it trades at around 15 kind of multiples, I think long term you could look at 1000, 1050 on the stock. But if you are an investor who's been holding on to it for some time, I think it's better to take some money off the table. I think the big re-rating that had to happen in the stock from being absolutely valued and the numbers being absolutely low, I think most of the reorganization effects that the company had taken at the JLR level are starting to show results. Debt has substantially come down, would come down, OPEX has improved. The domestic businesses are doing well. So I think most of the cylinders are firing, and I had hoped that Tata Motors does do well. We were expecting this. So it has happened. So if you are a conservative investor, take some money off the table, at least 30, 40%, book your profits and get out. The rest of it, you can continue to hold for 1050. For the aggressive type, I think you can continue to hold. We don't see much of a correction happening in the broader markets also. So I think long term you should continue to be very bullish. Still at trading at attractive valuations, but the only thing is that most of the numbers come in from JLR, and premium car makers do not command 15, 20 kind of multiples. So that is why the average multiple for Tata will be lower. In case the domestic business does ramp up very substantially, which we do hope, but it will happen over a period of time, not at a fast clip. So that is why I think for conservative investors, it's better to get out now, at least 40, 50%. For the aggressive investor, I think you can continue to hold for around 1050, 1100 on the stock.